Ever wondered how it feels to live in a place where the air hurts your face? I mean really hurts, like tiny, angry needles pricking your skin. It's a peculiar thought, isn't it? Most of us worry about forgetting an umbrella, or perhaps wearing too thin a jumper. But a place where the very atmosphere seems to have a personal vendetta against your exposed flesh? That's a whole different level of weather-related anxiety. It makes you think. It makes you shiver, just a little. Before I went to Oymyakon, I thought I knew cold. The journey to Oymyakon is an adventure in itself. It's not exactly a weekend trip destination. You don't just pop over for a bit of sightseeing. It involves plains, small, hardy plains. Then, a long, bone-jarring drive, on roads made of ice and snow. They call it the Road of Bones, built by prisoners, many of whom died in the process. When you finally arrive, the world is white and silent, utterly, profoundly silent. The snow blankets everything, thickly, like a giant frozen duvet. Trees stand like ghostly white sculptures, their branches heavy with ice. The air itself seems to sparkle. Tiny ice crystals hang suspended, catching what little light there is. It's beautiful, in a stark, unforgiving way. A dangerous beauty, certainly. The temperatures are, frankly, ridiculous. -50 degrees Celsius is common, -60 is not unheard of. At these temperatures, strange things happen. Your breath freezes instantly with a crackling sound like tiny fireworks. Spitting is not advised. It freezes before it hits the ground. I met a man named Ivan. He was old, very old. His face was a roadmap of wrinkles, each line telling a story of winters endured. He had kind eyes, eyes that had seen more cold than I could possibly imagine. He invited me in for tea, which in Oymyakon is less a polite offer and more a survival necessity. His small wooden house was surprisingly warm, a welcome, comforting warmth, a stark contrast to the brutal world outside. Ivan spoke slowly. His voice was raspy, like the sound of dry leaves skittering across ice. He told me stories, not grand, heroic tales. Ivan continued his story, his gaze distant, as if he was seeing the past unfold before his eyes. Lost in the frozen memories of that terrible winter, he seemed to relive each moment. He spoke of the animals, how the reindeer suffered, their resilience tested by the relentless cold. Their breath would freeze around their muzzles, forming icy masks that made every breath a struggle. They had to be careful the animals didn't suffocate, constantly checking and clearing the ice. He described the constant vigilance required, the unending watch over the herd, the endless work of keeping them alive, a task that demanded every ounce of their strength and will, in a world that seemed determined to freeze everything solid. It sounded exhausting, utterly, soul-crushingly exhausting. The cold was an enemy that never slept. Then he spoke of a journey, one that was fraught with danger and necessity. A necessary trip to a neighboring encampment where a family was in dire need of supplies. A family was in trouble. They needed supplies to survive the harsh winter. It was a perilous undertaking. The distances were vast, the landscape unforgiving, and the cold merciless. Especially in such extreme cold, where temperatures could drop to life-threatening lows. He and a friend set out on a reindeer sled, trusting their lives to the animals and their own survival skills, trusting their lives to the animals, whose instincts were honed by generations of survival in the wild, and to their own knowledge of the land, a knowledge that had been passed down through countless generations, a knowledge passed down through generations, a wisdom born of survival in the harshest conditions, a wisdom born of survival, of understanding the land and its unforgiving nature. He described the biting wind, how it cut through their clothing like a knife, how it found every tiny gap in their clothing no matter how well they were wrapped. No matter how well they were wrapped, the cold always found a way in. He talked about the frostbite, the constant gnawing threat that loomed over them. His friend got it bad on his fingers. The pain and danger of losing them was very real. They had to act quickly, administering first aid in the freezing conditions, fighting against time and the elements. Daily life in Oymyakon is a masterclass in adaptation. It's a constant battle against the cold, a battle fought with ingenuity and a healthy dose of stubbornness. Simple tasks become monumental undertakings. Things we take for granted elsewhere, like starting a car. Cars need to be kept running or parked in heated garages. If the engine freezes, you're in serious trouble. It might not start again until spring, which is a very long wait. Dressing to go outside is a ritual. It takes time. Layers are key. Many, many layers. Thermal underwear, of course, then fleece, then a windproof, heavily insulated outer layer. Fur is common not for fashion but for survival. Fur-lined hats that cover the ears and neck, fur-lined boots, mittens are better than gloves. They keep your fingers together, generating more warmth. You learn these things quickly, or you suffer the consequences, painful consequences. Houses are built to withstand the cold. Triple glazed windows are standard. Food in Oymyakon is all about calories and warmth. In this extreme cold, the body needs a lot of fuel to keep going. The meals are designed to provide that energy. You need a lot of energy to survive here. The cold saps your strength and the food replenishes it. The diet is traditionally meat-heavy. Meat provides the necessary calories and nutrients to endure the harsh climate. Reindeer meat is a staple. It's rich in protein and fat, perfect for the cold. So is horse meat, and fish. Lots of fish. These are not just food items but essential parts of the local diet, caught through holes in the ice. Ice fishing is a common practice here. In rivers that are frozen solid for much of the year, the ice is thick and treacherous, but the fish are plentiful. The fish freeze almost instantly when pulled from the water. Nature's own deep freeze. Very convenient, I suppose. This natural freezing process preserves the fish perfectly. One local specialty is stroganina. It's raw frozen fish, shaved into thin slices, eaten while still frozen. It sounds bracing, and it is. But it's surprisingly good. The texture is unique, and the flavor is fresh, in a very cold, very fishy sort of way. It's an acquired taste, but once you get used to it, it's quite enjoyable. It melts in your mouth. The cold fish warms slightly as you eat it, creating a unique dining experience. The locals swear by it, full of nutrients and essential fats. It's a vital part of their diet. Broths and hearty soups are also popular, anything warm and filling. These dishes help to keep the body warm from the inside out, to combat the relentless chill from within. The warmth of the food is as important as its nutritional content. There are not many fresh vegetables. The growing season is short and the soil is often frozen. Growing things here is tricky. The harsh climate makes agriculture nearly impossible. Despite the harsh conditions, people find ways to celebrate. Winter festivals are important. They bring the community together. They break the monotony of the long, dark months. These celebrations are a vital part of life here. There's music, dancing, traditional games. These activities keep spirits high, often involving feats of strength and endurance, which seems fitting. The harsh environment demands resilience, and these games celebrate that. In a place as extreme as Oymyakon, community is everything. You can't survive alone. People rely on each other, intensely. Neighbors help neighbors, without question. If someone's car breaks down, if someone is sick, if supplies run low, the community rallies. It's a fundamental part of life here, a necessity born from shared hardship. This interdependence creates a powerful bond, a sense of belonging. I saw this spirit in action many times, a shared glance, a quick offer of help, an understanding that passes without words. Children play together, bundled up so much they look like tiny astronauts. They learn from a young age about the dangers of the cold, and about the importance of looking out for one another. It's a lesson ingrained deep by the environment itself. It shapes their worldview. Social life, though perhaps different from what we're used to, is rich. People visit each other's homes, they share meals, they tell stories, they play games. The long winters mean a lot of time indoors, so these connections are vital. What do you learn from a place like Oymyakon? You learn about resilience. The kind of resilience that is born out of necessity, forged in the crucible of extreme conditions. The incredible, stubborn resilience of the human spirit. It's a resilience that doesn't just endure but thrives, finding ways to flourish in the face of adversity. These people aren't just surviving, they are living. They have adapted, over generations. They have learned to find joy and meaning in their daily lives despite the harshness of their environment, to conditions that would make most of us quail. They face the biting cold with a fortitude that is both humbling and inspiring. They have found a way to make a home, a sanctuary of warmth and comfort amidst the relentless cold, in a land of eternal frost, where the ground remains frozen year-round, and the air is often filled with the sharp bite of winter. It's a testament to our species' ability to adjust, to innovate and find solutions in the most challenging of circumstances, to make the best of things, to turn scarcity into sufficiency, and hardship into a way of life that is rich in its own unique ways. You also learn about ingenuity, the clever solutions to everyday problems that arise in such an unforgiving environment. The clever solutions to everyday problems. How to keep things from freezing, how to maintain warmth, and how to ensure survival. How to keep things from freezing, how to protect livestock and ensure they thrive, how to build warm homes, how to find food, how to travel safely. It's a practical wisdom, a knowledge that is essential for survival, hard-won, passed down, not found in books but in the lived experience of generations. It's a legacy of knowledge and skills, but in the lived experience of generations. Facing down the elements day after day, year after year, it's impressive, deeply impressive. It's a testament to human endurance and ingenuity. It makes you appreciate human cleverness, the ability to adapt and innovate in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. There's a certain acceptance too, an understanding that some things cannot be changed, only adapted to, of the power of nature, the recognition that nature is a force to be respected and worked with, not against. You can't fight the cold of Oymyakon. Not really. You can only prepare for it, endure it, and find ways to live alongside it. You have to respect it, work with it, understand its rhythms, its dangers. And in doing so, you find a way to coexist with it. This acceptance doesn't mean surrender, it means finding strength in understanding, in adaptation, in resilience. Leaving Oymyakon was strange. Part of me was relieved, eager to feel warmth on my skin again, to not worry about my nose falling off. But another part of me felt a strange pull, a respect for the place, and for its people, their toughness, their warmth, their incredible ability to thrive. In a world that seems designed to do the opposite, it's a place that gets under your skin. Metaphorically, of course. Literally, it just tries to freeze it. The memories of Oymyakon will stay with me. The biting cold, yes, but also the sparkling ice crystals, the silence of the frozen land, the taste of stroganina, the warmth of Ivan's kitchen, the laughter in the community hall. It's a place of extremes, extreme cold, extreme hardship, but also extreme beauty, and extreme human spirit. It's a reminder that life finds a way,